Alrighty, we are live tonight. Let's go. Shouldn't fix my screens now. Longer use blue stacks. We're utilizing LD player. Oops. There we go. Alright, now we're gonna things switch down because we're doing no giveaways for a while. There it is. Alright. And pull Discord. Unmute. Sound bar's on, but I don't hear the game. Volume. Oh, okay. Didn't realize there was more than one button. Do. Oh, so close to maxing that out. Let's go. More black pearls. Hey, what's going on, Summer? Bruh, friend? Hi, Josie. Welcome on in. How are you doing on tonight? Appreciate the follow there, Josie. Welcome on in. How are y'all doing tonight? Well, let's see here. I need to go get that used up. Got my rewards. Doing good. That's always good to hear. Yeah, we ended up switching eliminators, so we're now playing on LD player instead of BlueStacks. So far, it seems to be not pulling us hard. Hey, I appreciate it, Summer. Yeah, Black Desert Mobile is really amazing. We've been going really strong for I think almost 5 years now, give or take. Right now, I'm just doing some guild stuff right now. Yo, no problem. Not a problem there, Josie. Everyone's welcome here. Yeah, anytime you have any type of question, feel free to ask. 9 out of 10, if I can't answer it, somebody can. Yeah, this is just like a very small percentage part of the game. There's so much more that can be done. I definitely got to knock out Path of Glory today. Yep. I use a VTuber instead of my actual webcam because I have children that are inside the house. Just more of a privacy thing for them. See here, we still got 19 more minutes on this flute that's popped. What? Yeah. What's the definition of an editorial photo? Oh. Well, hypothetically, like the flag and the soccer could be used in editorial as well. For like colleges and stuff like that. And the school's newspaper, so on. Oh yeah, you gotta love ad. Yeah. Dude, I forgot I didn't have my chat board pulled up for TikTok. Whoops. Oh shoot. No. That'll give me a total of 8. I'll probably just exchange them out for sun crystals.
Or they.
Nope, my free ones failed. Go figure. Alright, let's see if we can get this last level. Be great. Still nothing. Bum, ba-da-ba-ba-ba-bum.
Sorry.
What do you want? It's still called Children of the Corn.
It doesn't.
There's a bunch of them called it. They made a boatload of them. I think that might have been it.
I had to.
I'll leave it to your brother. Wonder how we're running on performance-wise now. Oh my god, that's so much better, but I mean, granted, it's still pulling half on my GPU, though. No, that's... What the world's pulling my GPU? Corsair's pulling on it. Okay, OBS 64 is pulling. So basically, it's just my streaming that's pulling. That's a lot better statistic numbers than what I was pulling with blue stacks.
Not.
Do, 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 do. What? Do, 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 do. Oh, let's see here. So, we still got another 8 minutes, 20 seconds left on this flute. Do, 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 do. Might have an answer for you. Well, to be honest, you really don't want to go down a B-level road because, especially if it's just rained. Basically, it's nothing but a mud road. That's all it is. There's no gravel, no nothing. It's just straight mud. You might as well be driving through the middle of a field. Yep. Even having four-wheel drive, even four-wheel drive trucks get stuck. Have they? I don't know. I haven't heard anything about Stark. Yeah, no, I haven't heard anything about them yet. I mean, it's a possible because, or I mean, it is possible because, I mean, they go strong for a while and then they end up start butting heads with each other and start having somewhat of a falling out. But 9 out of 10, they always pick back up and come back. Nuh-uh, seriously, did he? Oh, wow. Yeah, sure as crap, he did. UFO's in there, Lemonade's in there. Epic's in there. These guys were in Stark, and they're not in Stark no more. D-Dragon's in there. Wow, a lot of them. Huh. That's crazy. UFO's been in Stark for, shoot, quite a while, actually. That's a little unusual. What's going on, Fire? How you doing tonight? Hey, what's going on, Edge? Club's coming in with a reset with the Prime. Let's go. Nothing new. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm kind of curious what we're... I don't even know what we're supposed to be expecting. I need this one.
I don't even.
Translate. I don't even know what our last patches was. So let's take a gander here. So I need to go look basically what the 18th was. So if this is correct, we're looking at an event week with the GM. Character, content addition, changes and improvements, error corrections, and update event. Some streamer got angry at you because he said I'm talking at his stream. What was you supposedly saying? Dude, from the looks of it, ain't nothing really going on next week for maintenance. I'm kind of curious what you were saying, Ed, that he was saying that you were supposedly talking bullcrap. Yeah, man. Charlie, appreciate the heart over on Facebook. I just seen the notification come across my screen. So question, is it wrong to say he is strong, he's just pretending to be weak and he can beat the arena godlike in Asia? Well,
Okay.
I mean, honestly, Edge, I mean, I don't blame you for suspecting it. I really don't. Because honestly, I've seen people that's done it too before. You know, they acted like that they were weak, and come to find out they weren't truly weak. It was just for show. And then in most cases, you know, you're gonna get people that are gonna be like that. You know, they get mad when you call them out on stuff like that. And a lot of times when they get mad like that, it's usually it's because it's true. You know. Yeah, because I mean, I see where some streamers, you know, they get kind of upset and bent out of shape when you call them out on it. But on the flip side about it, a lot of your bigger type content creators and streamers, you know, they don't react to people that say stuff like that in their streams. Like they just kind of overlook it and go on about. What's going on, Lynn? What angered him the most is I created a new TikTok account to say that. Problem is that TikTok account is an old account and I plan to stream in TikTok. Not a whole lot, Lynn. How you been? Glad to see you. I'm kind of getting worried about you. I haven't seen you for a while. Yeah, but anyhow, normally again, Edge, most of the time when they react like that, it usually is because, you know, they got caught. But they're not used to being called out on things like that, so they really don't know how to react to it. Which, if he blatantly just came out and got really ignorant about it, is a bad thing because that could come back and bite him, possibly. I mean, I've seen it happen before with other streamers, you know. They reacted in a way that their community didn't like, and then all of a sudden, it was like a trickle effect, and yeah. Yeah, you all. That's because you caught him. You caught him red-handed, Edge. That's why. Cat rehab for catnip. Honestly, it's as bad as it sounds. It is one of those reaction things that you see a lot of people do in the streaming industry. You know, when they've been caught red-handed at something, they'll just block you. Yeah, it is actually quite funny. I mean, like with me, you know, like people are like, well, why don't you block this person? Okay, well, here's the problem with that. I'm a content creator slash partner. And just because somebody came in with a different opinion, or they just want to come out and they're like, oh, you're faking this, you know, you're doing this. I'm not gonna block them because of that, you know. Now, if they're being, you know, making life-threatening threats, or if they're trying to dox me or something like that, something very serious, it takes quite a bit for me to have my moderators say, hey, enough is enough, ban them. They don't need to be around here. But there's some people that just react quick as hell and just ban. Oh yeah, definitely they'll do that a lot of times, Edge, just because of the fact that they know if they do it on their original account, they'll get nailed, because if they say something wrong, that they can be blatantly just you could red flag their comment, which causes them to get a ding. Karma, welcome on in. Appreciate the 50 biddies. Yeah, I've seen that time and time again with a lot of big time creators. There's very few in between that rightfully doesn't care if, you know, they're going to say whatever they're going to say through their main stuff. Well, there's even been some big time content creators out there that they don't care, Edge. You know, they'll straight out say what's on their mind. I mean, hell, especially over on TikTok. I mean, there's so many creators out there that have went on a loose cannon and just said what they remotely wanted to say, and TikTok did ban their account, but they just created another one and got their mass following back, because, you know, in the end, if the people that you're building your community around, you know, your entertainment and stuff like that, they're gonna come back no matter what. You know, they're gonna search you out on all other platforms regardless. Yeah, they're more than likely, Edge, that person was probably just having a bad day as it was. And what you said was like the tip of the iceberg that sent him over the edge to snap. I mean, I've seen it before, like I said. I mean, I always watch this one streamer, and like, dude was a cool, chill dude. Like, watched him for years, and I knew this one other person, same thing, you know, they were always in their streams too. They was always watching, always chit-chatting. And just one night, he just happened to pop off and say something, and the streamer just totally wigged out. Like, he was like just screaming and hooting and hollering right off at him, and that ended up banning him. Well, the next day come around, and when they went live, they came out and they apologized because they had a bad day. They had one too many drinks and decided to go live, and one thing led to the other, which they ended up unbanning the other guy. But yeah, unfortunately, Ed, there's some people that are out there, like, unfortunately, that's why a lot of times, like, I'll lurk in streams and I'm hesitant to even say anything. Because I also know that I have a tendency of saying stuff that is, like with you, like, for example, you know, you're scared that what you're going to say is going to be taken the wrong way. I'm the same way. That's why I just don't talk so much in a lot of streams, because I'm afraid it's going to get taken the wrong way, and then they're going to get mad and just want to ban me. That's the one thing about with streaming. especially live streaming like I am right now. Like, you really got to be very careful on your P's and your Q's and what you say, what you do, and all that. No, we didn't ban you, Fire. We didn't realize what that command was when we kicked you. That was actually a funny night. Oh, we got another food. Karma popped the flute. I gotta go back and go grind in Everfrost for more scrolls. Yeah, you know, and I do the same thing a lot of times, you know, Edge. Like, there's actually a lot of times where I just lurk. In fact, like, one of the main streams, like, I lurk a lot is in one of my all-time favorite streamers' channel is Glitchy. Like, he does, like, a lot of RP and GTA, but I prefer to just lurk and watch, and I'm hearing him because I got the volume of my speakers up loud enough for me to hear him, that I'll do a lot of things around the house while I listen to, like, comedy strips, you know. It actually makes the time go by really good by fast, and I get a lot done. Fire, you're supposed to have plenty of tea. You're not supposed to misuse it. Yeah, exactly, Lynn. It does. It's really bad. I mean, that's why a lot of times, like, I'll get some off-the-wall stuff being said in chat, and, you know, and I'll stop and I'll look at it and I'll reread it to myself like 20 times over before I'll respond to it, especially if I didn't understand it right off the bat. Yeah, the only thing I could think of, Edge, is like he was already on the top of his iceberg ready to snap, and you just happened to push it over the wall, over it. And tell that to Giz pop flutes all the time. I don't know, bud. I really can't speak for that streamer, to be honest with you. I mean, everyone to their own cup of tea, to be honest. I mean, I've learned from a lot of bigger streamers how to handle situations, on how to approach different things. I mean, honestly, like, I watched them for years before I started streaming myself. A lot of people, they just jump into streaming thinking it's this easy peasy thing, not realizing that, hey, out of the blue, you can get some really raunchy crotch goblins coming in your channel. And how to deal with them is a whole different ballgame. Yeah, like the one time out of, you know, the whole entire time I've been live streaming over TikTok, I've never had any issues over there, and then one night I had issues. Okay. Honestly, Edge, a lot of times streamers, very few, like, they got their own inner circles that they mingle with. Really horrible happens, way too much in there because we don't have, like, voice. Yeah. Huh? Yeah, exactly, Lynn. I mean, the internet can be a very fun place, but it could also be a very hurtful place at the same time. You know, honestly, Ed, there's some people that are like that, to be honest. You know, I don't understand it, you know. Obviously, if somebody left without notice, there's always a reason behind it, you know. When I see somebody leave a guild without notice, though, like I get worried. You know, I don't get mad. I get worried because like I've been in other games where people just randomly left a guild and like they just how do I put this without getting myself in trouble? They went to the non-existent land forever. And like that's what worries me when I see people just disappear and then don't speak, you know, don't exist no more. What's going on, Bleed? Well, you'll have stuff like that, Edge. What's up, Lynn? What's your question? Or wait, can you ask what? Really don't care because it's his life, and also I can, yeah. Fire got mocked from a guild or just random streamers chat. Fire gets mocked wherever he goes. Fire got kicked out of stream one time here because we didn't accidentally because we didn't realize that the trigger was a trigger for a bot. It was back when everyone was messing around with their little avatars on screen. Actually, we got a YouTube short on that one.
No.
Honestly, that's really not a bad thing to do, Lynn, to be honest. Because you really don't know how some people may take in, you know, what you've said, you know. I've had the issue a lot myself in real life, where people has mistaken what I said in a negative way, which I didn't mean it to be a negative way. I meant it to be a positive way, but it just unfortunately came out to sound negative. But like most of the people nowadays, when I get introduced to them, I'm pretty straightforward with them. Like, I always tell them, like, I'm gonna tell you this, like, right up front. Like, I'm pretty straightforward, and I don't sugarcoat nothing. Like, I'll flat out tell you straightforward how it is and how it sounds. Like, if you ever feel offended by what I say, let me know. And then, you know, I'll try to elaborate it into a different way for you to understand that it not to be offensive. But that's just how I've always been raised, was it was straightforward, never sugarcoated. He asked us, by the way, in our guildmates live, we were like, no, we don't have a problem, really, because at least he said to our guild leader that you're, yeah. Nah, you're good, baby. Unfortunately, Ed, some people live in a delusional world like that. But it also stems back to psychological damage, more than likely. You know, he or she may have had issues back in the day to where people said, you know, oh, it's not a problem, but then in turn around and was talking mad stuff behind their back and they found out. Yeah, and a lot of people just don't talk. That's correct, Lynn. So that's the other thing that you got to also look at too, Edge, especially when they react like that. Normally, that's an indicator that something has happened in their past, where they have some major, severe trust issues. And unfortunately, there's a big difference between the internet and the real world, where in the real world you can prove your innocence to that person through your actions, versus, well, on the internet it's a he said she said kind of thing, and you got to take it with a grain of salt. Yes, yes, it is, Lynn. It can be a severely difficult place. Honestly, I feel like the in real life can be far more difficult than it is on the internet. Just because, you know, you're physically present in front of the person, and if they have a very unsettling anger side to them and they have violent tensions, you could get hurt. Versus on the internet, well, yes and no, you can get hurt, but it takes a very skillful person to figure out where you live in the real world. Edge, you're not the only person. In fact, that's probably like 99% of everyone in the world that doesn't like to be misinterpreted. And I totally get it. I mean, especially, I know your situation with your family. And honestly, I don't know how to, I don't even know how in the world you put up with that. Let's see here, Lynn. Like, if someone who knows everyone and have a good reputation, and you know everyone but very little and have no reputation, whatever they say about you, taken. Yeah, honestly, yeah, that is true, Lynn. It's really crazy on how that stuff works out with a lot of people. Guys, quit. Oh, it's a cute little sticker. Yeah, go back. Honestly, you know, your guild member is right, Edge. You know, I honestly, I'd be the same way. Just let it be. If he's that angry and all upset about it, then obviously he's showing his true colors that he's guilty. I mean, remotely, like, I'm garbage when it comes to PvP. Straightforward. Like, give me mass PvP, like guild battles, I do all right. But one-on-one, I'm straight garbage. That's why I don't even do arenas. I mean, yeah, if you catch me in the arena, that's because I'm just on auto. Yeah. What's going on, City? How you doing tonight? And you know, honestly, Edge, you have every right to believe that. I mean, What you been up to, City? Ba, ba, da, ba, 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 ba.
No, you look purple. Is it black or-
Let's see here. Those do I got to refine? I got 75 of those. I can do some work on those. Let's see here. We got up by a few levels, not many. Edge. What troubles me is what if he says something about me and his new girl. Honestly, Edge, I wouldn't really worry about it, bud. I really wouldn't, bud. I mean, people always be talking out their rear ends. It's always gonna be like that. I mean, no matter what. It's kind of one of those one things you just roll with it, buddy. That's what I do. I mean, you would be amazed on how many people talk some bad about me. Like, you know, the bad problem is the true people are going to be like, you know, you seem awfully comfortable to be talking some mad stuff about that person, you know. Like, especially when I know so-and-so isn't like that. So, like, why you be running your mouth for? It'd be like that. But unfortunately, this day and world, people just kind of roll with it. You know, there's no such thing as loyalty out there in the world anymore. I mean, there is, but there isn't, I should say. I mean, I know quite a few loyal people, but I also know quite a bit of not so loyal people. But it is what it is. Ultimately, they will dig their own grave and they will bury themselves in it. Oh, just about anybody in everybody's city. No, honestly, you're not. You're to many people, it would be considered bad mouthing. But to me, Edge, you're not. You're expressing legitimate concerns about what directly happened to you. I mean, if this was something that did not happen to you, you know, it was basically hearsay, then I would consider it on the verge of bad mouthing. But you're not. You're telling me things that straight up remotely happen to you upon their action. You kind of understand what I'm saying there, bud? In live classes. Because it'd be like, let me give you an example here. So, like, oh, what would be a good example? Oh, no, you understand what I meant, so that works. Exactly. Thank you, Lynn. Thank you. That exactly. You were just looking for reinsurance that you were not basically in the wrong, that, you know, you're just expressing yourself and your concerns. Yeah, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with wanting to have reinsurance whatsoever. I mean, like me and clubs, I mean, we're always reinsuring each other constantly. Kind of hoping I hear back from one of these other jobs that I applied to this past weekend. Especially this one. I've been really wanting to get in on this company, but it's so hard. But it's to be expected of the fact that, I mean, I'm working within the military's area. Yep, exactly. Everyone is, as bad as this may sound, everyone is to their own demise. You know, everyone is left with their own choices in the world. You know, you either do it the left way or you do it the right way, or you go straight or you go back. It's one of the four. And whichever decision you choose to go with, just go with it. Don't second guess yourself. If it was the wrong choice, it is what it is. Live and learn from your mistakes and move on. Honestly, I will admit I've been that little turd, and I went and found somebody that was in outlaw mode that was weaker than me, and I messed them up. I'll be honest, I've done that. Like, maybe a handful of times. Yeah, you'll get people like that. Hello, Kiki. Your daughter of mine. Unfortunately, yeah, you're gonna have people that's gonna be like that, like, and it doesn't make absolutely no sense whatsoever. Like, why are they getting mad at everyone else but me? I've been down that road multiple times. In fact, when Clubs and Tifa and me all ran on Xbox with remotely the same name, I was doing some off the wall stuff that was making a lot of everybody else mad. But instead of them coming after me, they went after them, sending them private messages, blowing a head gasket, which made absolutely no sense. So, you know, that is not your fault. That is totally on them. If they want to be that low and go after somebody else instead of confronting said person, that's all on them. So no, it is not your fault. In fact, it is so far not your fault, it's not even funny. But you'll get people like that, like, sadly, you know. Like, he's just, unfortunately, from the sounds of it, like, he's looking for a reason to be mad, which doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Like, there's no purpose in life to be mad. I mean, nobody wakes up to be like, you know, I want to be mad today. But unfortunately, there's people out there that are like that, and it makes no sense. Like, why would you want to live such a stressful way when that, in fact, takes a heavy toll on your body itself, for one? Two, you put yourself in a horrible predicament where nobody wants to be around you. Yeah, don't beat yourself up about it, Edge. Like, he's just being a 2-year-old that needs his diaper changed is all it is. He sounds like a spoiled brat. You know, unfortunately, City, I've done that. I've been in that boat. It's not fun. I mean, if I could be like the Hulk, you know, where I could just change into the Hulk, yeah, I wouldn't mind making up being mad. Go out and destroy a few buildings. Yeah, don't let it get to you, bud. Like Lynn said, it's a him problem. Yeah, or gun. Yeah, don't let it stress you out, bud. It ain't worth it. It really isn't. That's scary. Well, that's that one thing that you throw down and it sucks them all into it. It's gonna be towards the end. I'm like an overthinker myself, so my head hurts, my body's kind of weak. Nah, don't beat yourself up about it, Edge. It ain't worth it, homie.
Break.
I mean, as bad as it sounds, like people just be out there just being ignorant, straightforward. Yeah. You know, they're already on like the bottom, the lowest of all low, and they're not happy being down there by themselves, so they're gonna try their darndest to make everyone else life a living hell and pull them down to their level so they don't feel so lonely. It's really messed up. People do stuff like that, but sadly there's people out there that are like that. I mean, honestly, Edge, I used to be like that. You know, I used to be this really huge overthinker. You know, I always worried about what people thought of me. You know, thought about what I said, what I thought about what I do, and stuff like that. And it finally clicked in me probably about... I was probably about 8 years old when I finally got it into my head that, you know what? I don't care what anybody thinks. You know, I'm going to do what makes me happy. And if it makes somebody else mad, well, kudos to them. They can, I'll live rent free in their head for the rest of their life. I don't care. Edge, your family may have raised you that way, but ultimately it is your choice to continue to live like that. It is hard to stop, but it is possible to change. But you always just got to remind yourself that I don't give a hell what somebody thinks of me, as long as I'm happy and I'm successful and I'm doing right. That's what matters. And the best way to get even with your family is to push yourself at being extremely successful at whatever you think you can do best and prove your family wrong. Honestly, yeah, Edge, you should. Don't worry about what other people think of you. I mean, Clubs used to be the same way as you. And I changed that in her to where, granted, she does still have a slight tendency, which then I still got to remind her that, hey, you know, who cares what they think? They don't walk in your shoes every day. They don't know what's going on in your head. They don't live your life day by day. It is your choice it's your choice ultimately on what you make of your life. I mean, like I said, I've been doing it since I was 8 years old. And honestly, I've been the happiest person I could be. I mean, shoot. I've been streaming now. Oh, I've been about 10 years that I've been streaming. And in those 10 years, I finally made it with a game that I love and I enjoy, which is Black Desert Mobile. I've reached and managed to land in their content creator spot. But I couldn't begin to tell you how many people who have come into my comment section that I had to remove their comments because of their negativity, telling me to give up on what I'm doing. I'll never give up on what I'm. The thing about it is, though, Edge, your mom may not be present
What do you think?
in body, but she'll always be present in soul. And that's one thing that you should always remember. Regardless of where it... Let me rephrase that, because I don't know if your mother is among the living or not. But if she is, she could be halfway across the world and she will always be on your mind. There's not a second that will go by that she would not forget. Okay, now that I know that, my condolence, bud. But he will always be with you no matter what. Whether you're sleeping, whether you're awake, she will always be watching you. Fire, you're just an oddball. But yeah, Edge, always remember that, bud. Never forget that. She may not be here in body, but she's always there by you, by your side, by soul. And I guarantee you, time and time again, you have made your mama proud. Thing about it, Edge, you'll always remember, no matter what. It's just choosing to unlock that memory is ultimately your decision. Like, one of my biggest supporters growing up was my grandfather on my father's side. And I went ahead and I spent out the money for 2 different tattoos for him, for memorial of him. I have a Saint Mary on my left arm, and down below my Saint Mary is a rosary that goes around my wrist. In fact, I think I have some pictures of them. Give me 1 second here, I have to find them. No. And I've had these tattoos for a long time. It'd be okay, bud. Thing about it is, though, you may not ultimately feel it, but she's always giving you a hug when you need it. Oh my goodness gracious, I cannot find my tattoos. Huh. Check on my other phone. did it go? I don't think I deleted them out of my phone. Well, I might have. It's okay, buddy. Alright, we got about 10 minutes left on this. I still gotta do my constellations today. I think Ferg's still having issues with his internet. Oh, do 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 do. Oh my goodness gracious! To keep burping. I'll tell you what, it gets really weird when I get random friend requests and random messages on Discord. People I have no idea who in the world they are. Like, I've never spoken to them. Sometimes it really creeps me out. Like, how'd you find me? Ba, 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 ba. Oh? Alright, let's see here. I'm gonna confirm this real quick. My dear child. There you go. You doing alright there, Edge? Let's find out. There's little things we've been collecting over the weekends. Okay, so I only got 4 of them apparently. Oh yeah, that's right. I used them for the 24 of them for the brilliant thing. There, I used a bunch of them for restos. I can't remember. Bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-bum, ba-bum, ba-bum. Are they? Go ahead and send them in Discord, yeah, for me. Huh. Yep. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh.
It's a rainbow coloring foam.
When I get the money, I'll get new tattoos. Cause I still gotta complete this arm here. I got new mail. I get mail from.
Tiny.
She was young. Yep. Cause I haven't had the money to get it.
That's because like,
I was wondering what happened to you, Edge. I wondered. Yeah, this is the one piece I have on my arm, and then it intertwines with a rosary, right down on my hand. I say I'm still not done with it. Now you want a tattoo? Hmm. Yeah, a lot of them won't. All right, gotta go do my concentration.
okay.
You're gonna put my logo on your arm? Nah, it's totally up to you, bud.
And like,
I got my kids in the back here trying to tell me, oh, I should get this tattoo. I should get that tattoo. I'm like, ah. A lot of my tattoos are just, I prefer the old school look, you know, the black and gray look. Pull back. The comments from the looks of it is in upper state of New York.
Becky, Dad,
What?
she,
No.
Ow.
Man, I seen this one beautiful tattoo back when I was younger on this one back of this guy, or on this guy's back edge. It was at the public pool, and I mean, it was gorgeous. It's like they literally took the script, or what was it? I know it's in the Bible. It's basically where Jesus was all the cross, that whole scenery. It was on his whole, or it was his whole entire back, and then towards the lower part of his back, it was a massive scripture. Yeah, I mean, it was, oh, it was amazing. Like, it definitely took hours of work. Normal there for inmates.
have one. We got you one. Four, two, and pretty much grab all your demons.
Oh, cool. Yeah, it seems to be a pretty common thing among inmates. Which rightfully it's not a bad thing.
One just one I think gives more. I never use.
Yeah. Yeah, a memorial tattoo would be a really good one, Edge. Now, most tattoo artists won't put a name, but 9 out of 10, when you let them know that it is a memorial tattoo, they will. And a lot of times with a lot of tattoo artists, especially when they know it's a memorial tattoo, they go really big, deep on detail. Like they want to know a lot about the person, you know, what would be interested for them to incorporate into the image. Yeah, it could be for a lot of people. Tattoos are painful. With oh yes, so good. To be honest, I'm probably gonna take him over to my Aunt Charlotte, and have her do it. But she knows how to do all stuff, and I don't. Yeah. Put Roman numerals. Oh my goodness gracious! I don't got anything else to do. Ugh. It's today Saturday. It's Sunday already. Look. Today was Monday. Or not Monday. Saturday. I definitely tell my days are all out of whack.
It's Monday. I missed work.
Sisters, twins, and there's me. Oh dang. I got no siblings, unfortunately. I got 2 stepsisters is all I got. But blood related? And yeah.
You like this?
Oh my goodness gracious. But all right, everybody, I think I'm going to go ahead and end it a little bit early tonight. I got a few things I got to do before I have to get ready for bed, before I have to be up at butt crack of dawn. But I do appreciate you all. Much love, much respect. We will be back live again tomorrow at our same time as normal, 7 p.m. Central Time. Again, everyone, I do apologize for cutting it short again, but I do appreciate you all. Much love, much respect, and we will see you all tomorrow with some more Black Desert Mobile. Until then.